Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be testing out and reviewing the Pure Cosmetics 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Longwear Foundation. So if you want to see how this product works, then just keep watching. So today we are, like I said, reviewing the Pure Cosmetics 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Longwear Foundation and Concealer. Forgot to mention the concealer part. So this product just recently came out. Pulling up Ulta. I bought mine at Ulta. Retails for $36. If you hear the wind in the background, sorry, I have no control of that. This is in the shade LN2. They have 40 options on Ulta's website, but everywhere I keep hearing that they're supposed to have 100 shades, but on Ulta's website it only says 40. They had, I would want to say like 10-15 shades in my store, so I just picked the lightest shade and surprisingly actually kind of matches, which is crazy because I would assume LN, the N is for light neutral, which is funny because I'm olive toned, but it works. The box is hard to read because it's like a reflective silver, so I'll try to read it for you. 1 fluid ounce comes in here. So this is a concealer and foundation in one. So the foundation is the pump, and then if you unscrew it, you have a doe foot applicator for the concealer. So, where's English? Okay. Redefine complexion perfection with this groundbreaking long wear foundation and concealer that's formulated to instantly mask blemishes and imperfections, leaving behind a natural skin-like finish. This multi-purpose complexion miracle serves as both foundation and concealer with a unique dual applicator component for quick and easy application. Conceal blemishes, dark spots, and imperfections with a targeted doe foot applicator, or achieve flawless all-over coverage with the pump. Packed with skin-loving ingredients, this longwear formula helps protect skin against environmental stressors like pollution, high energy visible blue light for a healthier looking complexion. All it really says. Let me see if Ulta says anything, because that's not very many claims, really. So it is cruelty-free, it's vegan-friendly, gluten-free, blue light defense, anti-pollution, and blue zone. That's what the box says. Okay, that's really all it says. It doesn't say anything about coverage. It does say it's a long wear foundation and concealer, but then if you read the instructions, it says for the concealer, to apply the concealer directly onto imperfections and blend evenly onto skin. Foundation says using the pump, apply 1 pump of foundation for lighter coverage and 2 to 3 for fuller coverage. So I'd assume that means it's buildable is what they're trying to say. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump to the next clip of me actually applying it this morning so that you can see how it actually applied and what methods I thought worked best. I went ahead and I've already put down the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. This is what I have underneath. I've let it sit for a couple of minutes. So now let's go in. We're going to use the concealer side first, which is through the doe foot applicator. And I'm going to use the Morphe sponge to blend that out. We'll try to build that up in a second. Let's do the face now. With this kind of foundation, I don't normally like using a brush, but we'll do half and half. So let me paint it on one side of my face. And we're going to use the Eco Tools Ultimate Buff Brush and try to buff it out. That actually looks pretty decent buffing out, and I think it's because if you look, it's a thick foundation, like it's not really running. Normally if it's too liquidy, I don't like using a brush. Okay, for the other side we are going to use a sponge. Just pick up the product. So far I like the sponge side better just because, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I feel like I can see more pores and textures on this side versus this side. And I don't know if it's because this is really pushing it into my skin and this one kind of looks like it's sitting on it. So I do like the sponge better, so I'm going to just kind of try to build up the coverage. It looks like it built up to a pretty decent full coverage, honestly. Like normally with most products, I'll put my foundation here and here, and I'll just let it sit there for a little bit to kind of let the heat of my skin, I don't know what it does, but it makes it more full coverage and that it doesn't move. And this one I didn't really have to do that. I probably could if I wanted to and cover a little bit more redness, but honestly it did a pretty good job, and I think it's because it's so thick. I'm going to apply a little bit more concealer just to kind of build it up some more. I don't think it's enough coverage right now to what I like. So it definitely builds up, like you can see that's already a lot better of coverage. So the only powder I have is under my eyes, like literally right under, so that it doesn't crease as fast. But let me go ahead, come on closer and show you what my face looks like. So this is what it looks like after initial application. Obviously I still have my crusties here. I tried to exfoliate last night, but I didn't fully get it, if I'm being honest, so it's not fully this foundation's fault. Yeah. Starting to actually give off like almost a natural luminosity. It's definitely not matte. So far so good. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face. I'll show you my face afterwards, and then we'll come back at the end of the day. Okay, so this is my makeup all done. It is currently 7:46. So this is what it looks like with powder, highlight, everything on. So far, I think it looks really good. I am already creasing underneath my eyes, but this amount of creasing is normal for me. Like I said in the previous videos, if you have wrinkles under your eyes, they're gonna show up. It's not really emphasizing them as bad as normal. So I'm gonna go about my day, and let's just fast forward to the end of the day. So I've had this foundation on for about 12 hours and it looks like it. So I would say, honestly, I actually like it. So I'm having a lot of problems with it right now, but I can tell just off of my face and what it looks like now that there's a small couple of changes I could do to make this foundation good for me. So let me zoom you in a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about first. Okay, so as you'll see, it is kind of grabbing right here and clinging to those lines. It also looks pretty cakey in this whole area. You can see it's really clinging to my nose. And then I'm also kind of missing it right here from going like that a lot throughout the days. My chin, surprisingly for my chin, looks pretty decent. Normally my chin and right here is the worst dry spots on me, and actually my chin doesn't look too bad. But I can see my pores pretty decently. As far as my under eyes, honestly, for me, it looks pretty good. So under eyes, I'm not complaining with the concealer part. I'm gonna go ahead and back you up real quick and then give you my final thoughts. So I feel like the easiest things I could do to fix this is use a smoothing pore filling primer here. Use more of a hydrating primer here. I know the Hydro Grip primer is supposed to be hydrating and a grip, but if you've seen my video about that and I reviewed it, I can link it up here if you want to see it. But I feel like that's more of a gripping primer than it is a hydrating primer, especially for somebody with really dry skin. It didn't do much for me on the hydrating side. So this video is, I'm filming this on Tuesday, it's going up tomorrow on Wednesday. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to still give you this video, obviously you're watching it, but the next tomorrow, when you're also seeing this, I'm going to try this again, but do it with the smoothing pore filling primer and then more of a hydrating primer in those other spots. And then I'll put it in the description box down below how that worked, because I have a feeling, since this looks pretty good other than that, I have a feeling that just working on the skin differently will make it better. I feel like this foundation didn't really give enough of a description of how it was, how it worked, that I could think beforehand of how to prep my skin. Only thing it said is like natural skin finish. That wasn't enough for me. So I will try it the other way tomorrow and put it in the description box how that worked. So if that works, this is great. If it doesn't work, don't recommend this foundation. But for dry skin, let me rephrase this. Don't recommend the foundation for dry skin if that doesn't work. If it works and it's really just a prepping the under part of my, or prepping my skin better, then this is a great foundation, because in every other spot, this looks great. I'm not missing foundation in any other spot, not even really my chin, just a little bit, because my chin and my nose and right here are where I touch a lot throughout the day. So I'm surprised it's really not missing on the sides. It is kind of missing a little bit here, and then my nose. So longevity, I think it's actually really good. Let's conclude that. Long story short, if prepping the skin better works, then this is a great foundation. If it doesn't work and it still does the same thing, no on the foundation. So look down below in the description box on how my thoughts are after trying it other ways. But yeah, that is all I have for this video, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.